Hi, today I'll be attempting a quick fix on this PlayStation 1. As you can see, the power button doesn't seem to want to play ball with me, and sometimes the eject button doesn't work, and also the lid doesn't want to close all the time. I can tell there is power going to the PlayStation, as if you hold it down, it will power up, but as soon as you let go of the button again, it will lose its power. These old PlayStations are quite easy to work with. There are just 6 screws located on the bottom, 5 easily visible, and 1 hidden behind the security seal. No specialty bits are required, just a standard small crosshead screwdriver will do. There are methods to remove the security seal intact, but chances are yours looks as bad as mine after all these years, so there's not much point. And so the lid should now just lift off. The inner assembly should just lift up and pop out from the back. It may take a bit of jiggling, but not much force should be applied. There are 3 pins holding it in place. They need to be clear of those 3 pins before you can lift it up out of the controller ports. Now the power button assembly is this little chappy on the left. There are plastic tabs on either side that need to be lifted gently to release the cap of the button. Bear in mind, if the button was in the on position, the spring will be compressed and spring across the room as soon as you release it. Make sure to keep all the parts safely to the side somewhere. With the cap and the plastic button mechanism removed, you will now need to remove the locking bar and the 2 contact pads, again making sure to keep them safe to the side. The 2 metal contact pads to the side are what are causing the issue here. When you press down on the power button, you compress the spring and engage the locking bar, which holds the central plastic mechanism in a position where it pushes out against the 2 metal tabs on the side, forcing it to bridge a contact, completing a circuit. And when you push down on the power button again, it releases the locking bar, which allows the central mechanism to spring back up, releasing the pressure against the 2 side metal tabs. Over time, these 2 metal tabs can become deformed and fatigued, not returning to their original position, so they fail to make an electrical connection when the button is pressed, sometimes only making that connection when the button is held down, forcing the contacts into position. You can tweak this by bending the prongs on the tab back using a pair of pliers or tweezers, being careful not to bend it too much or you'll have a tough time reinserting the plastic button mechanism. After doing this for both tabs, you can carefully reinsert them in the metal locking bar with the shorter side pointing up. It's important to take note which side has the track for the locking bar on the button mechanism, so it can be reinserted in the correct orientation. You can give it a quick test to make sure the button locks in and releases when pressed. With that problem fixed, it's now good practice to clean the top cover button caps. You'll find 2 plastic tabs either side of each button. Just give it a gentle push and push out the center to release. The eject button will need popping out from the top side once the 2 tabs have been pushed. You can test the eject mechanism by pulling back on the little tab, checking that the spring releases and resets properly. Then it's time to start cleaning everything, as gunk can build up in the buttons, causing them to squeak or not work fully. I would recommend using a cleaning wipe, and giving everything a good clean while you have the chance to. Once cleaned, the buttons are quite easy to reinsert, taking care to ensure that they're in the correct orientation. Reassembly is just slotting the mainboard back into the bottom case over the 3 pins and ensuring the optical drive lines up over those same 3 pins. Put the top cover on and then flip it over to re-screw in the 6 screws on the bottom. There we go. Hopefully you too should now have a fixed power button. And with a correctly functioning eject button. Hopefully this helped someone out. Drop a like if it did. Thanks. And if you'd like, you could check out my woodworking challenge I did on my other channel, 3 Paw Crafts.